Hello students, in this class we are going to learn a preparation of benzaldehyde from toluene, that is oxidation reaction. So here oxidation of toluene with the chromium trioxide in acetic anhydride, it gives an intermediate called benzylidene diacetate, and this intermediate on hydrolysis with alkali will give benzaldehyde students. Here toluene is here, and when it is subjected to oxidation using a chromium trioxide in acetic anhydride, we will be having an intermediate called benzylidene diacetate, which is highly unstable, and this intermediate in the presence of basic medium and water undergoes hydrolysis in such a manner such that this bond will be broken here and here. So we are adding a hydrogen to this and hydrogen to this, and here we are having OH, and here also water OH, right? And therefore on hydrolysis this bond will be formed between this OH and OH, and we know that there is no carbon atom which can bear two OH groups. It undergoes intramolecular dehydration in such a manner such that this bond will migrate here and this bond is eliminated, and therefore we are getting our product called as benzaldehyde. Is it clear, students? And the next reaction is oxidation of toluene with chromyl chloride. Chromyl chloride formula is CrO2Cl2, either in carbon tetrachloride or with carbon disulfide. It will be giving benzaldehyde, and it is one of the important named reaction called as Itard's reaction. Now if you see this reaction, here we are having a toluene when it is treated with the chromyl chloride. When it is treated with the chromyl chloride, so this chromyl chloride is here in the presence of a solvent, either carbon tetrachloride or carbon disulfide. This is the intermediate we are getting here, and when this is subjected to hydrolysis, the bond will be rupturing at this part as well as at this part. Here we are having one hydrogen, here OH, and similarly here we are adding one hydrogen and here OH, and we can see that this carbon is now bearing two OH groups, which is highly unstable. It undergoes intramolecular dehydration with the elimination of water molecule, and then we will be having the product called as benzaldehyde, and this reaction is an important reaction called as Itard's reaction. In the next part, students, we are having the 11th method, that is side chain chlorination followed by hydrolysis of toluene. So here we are having the reactant molecule toluene when subjected to chlorination, that is Cl2 in the presence of HNO. It means that only the sp3 hybridized carbon atom, this methyl group is an sp3 hybridized carbon atom, it will be undergoing chlorination. So therefore here we are having two Cl atoms, so it is an intermediate compound. When this intermediate compound is subjected to hydrolysis, the two Cl atoms are replaced by OH group. We can see in this intermediate, the second intermediate, and we already know that there is no such carbon atom which can contain two OH groups, so therefore it undergoes intramolecular dehydration. When this bond migrates here, this carbon becomes pentavalent, so therefore this OH will be moving outside, so therefore there will be a loss of H2O molecule, and thus we will be having our compound called as benzaldehyde. So therefore it is a side chain chlorination of toluene followed by hydrolysis. So now we are going to learn methods of preparation of ketones, students. The first method is from secondary alcohols, and it is through oxidation method. So the general reaction is represented here now. So here we are having an OH group which is present on a carbon atom to which there is only one hydrogen. So therefore this is secondary alcohol. Secondary alcohol when subjected to oxidation using acidified potassium dichromate, we will be having the compounds called as ketones. So therefore this is the general reaction. Let us have an example. So in this example I have taken here a propan-2-ol because OH group is attached to a carbon atom which contains only one hydrogen. So and if you see the nomenclature, 1, 2, 3, propan-2-ol. A secondary alcohol when subjected to oxidation using acidified K2Cr2O7, we will be having our compound product that is called as acetone. Now the second method is by dehydrogenation of secondary alcohols. Here we are having a general reaction. A secondary alcohol is taken here. We can see that OH group is linked with a carbon atom which is having only one hydrogen, so therefore it is a secondary alcohol. When vapors of secondary alcohol are passed over heated reduced copper at 573 Kelvin, there will be dehydrogenation taking place, yielding ketonic compound. We are having an example here. I have written an example here by taking an example of isopropyl alcohol, which is a secondary alcohol. When vapors of isopropyl alcohol are passed over reduced copper at 573 Kelvin, dehydrogenation takes place to give the compound acetone. So the third method is preparation from acid chlorides with dialkyl cadmium. So I hope that you are understanding here dialkyl cadmium. So first we have to prepare dialkyl cadmium reagent. So how to prepare them is mentioned here in the reaction. Initially we have to take a Grignard reagent RMgX when treated with cadmium chloride, but this is not a dialkyl cadmium, it is a CdCl2. When this cadmium chloride is made to react with the Grignard reagent, we will be getting here R2CD, that is dialkyl cadmium, along with the formation of magnesium chloride. So here magnesium is a divalent, and here we are having an halogen X along with water Cl. It means that the Grignard reagent part X should be also water Cl itself only. But in this dialkyl, this R is how many times, students? 2 times. So therefore we have to take here water 2 times. When I take 2 times here R dash, so we are getting here R2 dash, that is also how many times? 2 times. Is it clear, students? Now if you see the general reaction now, acid chloride RC double bond OCl, acid chloride is now treated with dialkyl cadmium R2 dash CD, and after reacting we will be getting our compound called as ketone, right? But here what happens, student? This CD is going with water Cl outside, but cadmium is a divalent, so we have written here as CdCl2. I hope you are able to see the CdCl2. So chlorine is here 2 times, so therefore we have to write here water 2 times, and when I write here 2 times, this R then followed by C double bond O becomes 2 times, so therefore I have to write here 2 molecules of water ketone, that is R then followed by C double bond O then followed by R dash. Is it clear, students? Now I have written an example here by taking water acetyl chloride, and when it is treated with dialkyl cadmium, so that is dimethyl cadmium. So cadmium is going in the form of CdCl2, so therefore Cl should be how many times here? 2 times. So therefore we are writing here also water 2 times. When I write here 2 times, students, this part, okay, this part becomes 2 times, so therefore here I have to write 2 times. Is it clear, students? So in the next method, students, preparation of ketones from alkenes, that is through ozonolysis reaction. Already we have learned this ozonolysis from the earlier videos itself only, that alkenes when subjected to ozonolysis they will be giving ketones as well as aldehydes, but now we have to learn the preparation of ketones. So whenever we have to prepare the ketones, we have to remember that the alkene which is involved in ozonolysis, the doubly bonded carbon atom, so here I am writing the doubly bonded carbon atom should not contain any hydrogen. So the alkene, now example we have taken here 2,2 dimethyl butadiene. If you see the numbering, so first carbon atom, second carbon atom, third carbon atom, and fourth carbon atom. At second carbon atom we are having one substitution called as methyl. Similarly at third carbon atom we are also having one substitution called as methyl. So therefore the name of the compound is 2,2 dimethyl butadiene. And when it is subjected to ozonolysis, that is the addition of O3 in the presence of a solvent like carbon tetrachloride, or even we can add here chloroform, the O3 will be added across the double bond in such a way such that we are getting an ozonide intermediate. So this is the ozonide intermediate which is highly unstable, and when this ozonide when subjected to further reaction in the presence of zinc and water, it will undergo reductive cleavage in this manner such that these two bonds are ruptured and this oxygen will be lost. So therefore it is called as a reductive cleavage, and the remaining half headed arrow mark we are going to represent here. So there will be formation of a bond between this carbon and this oxygen. Similarly, we can also find that this half-headed arrow mark will form a bond here, and this half-headed arrow mark will form a bond here between this carbon and this oxygen. So therefore, we can find that we are getting two molecules of acetone, that is CH3 single bond, C double bond O, and CH3. Is it clear, students? So the next method is the preparation of ketones from nitriles using Grignard reagents, students. So here we are having nitrile compound that is simply called as a cyanide. Cyanides in IUPAC terminology are called as nitriles. But except for the fact, one should remember that whenever we are preparing a ketones, this R group of cyanide should not be hydrogen. If it is hydrogen, then the compound is called as hydrogen cyanide. Hydrogen cyanide with the Grignard reagents, they will be giving aldehydes. Is it clear? So if R of this is now alkyl group, when it is treated with the Grignard reagents are having the formula RMgX. I have written here R dash just to as to differentiate between this R and this R. Is it clear, students? So basically these cyanides are polar compounds. Here the pi bond is a weak bond, it will be shifting towards nitrogen, and this carbon bears now a positive charge. Likewise, if you see in Grignard reagents, this R dash is always acting as a nucleophile, so therefore it is having a partial negative charge. Now this R, which is having a negative charge, it will be attacking this carbon of this cyanide. So therefore we are having an intermediate adduct. So that is nothing but called as addition product. Addition products are always written in square bracket, and sometimes it is also referred as adduct. Addition product is nothing but adduct. Now this intermediate, so here we can see that the double bond is present between carbon and nitrogen, and the nitrogen is linked with magnesium and then followed by water halogen. So this adduct, when subjected to hydrolysis, the bond gets ruptured here, that is O is added here and hydrogens are added here. Is it clear, students? So therefore here we are getting a ketonic compound, that is I will be encircling so that you will be able to understand. R C double bond O, then followed by R dash. It is a ketonic compound, and the remaining part, so here I have written two molecules of water. So if you see two molecules of water, so altogether there are 4 hydrogens. 2 into 2, that will be 4 hydrogens. So therefore here 3 hydrogens are with ammonia molecule, and 1 hydrogen is present with what? Magnesium hydroxy halide. Now if you see the example here, I have taken methyl cyanide, but IUPAC name is nothing but ethane nitrile, because in IUPAC terminology we are going to consider this carbon as well as this carbon, so 2 carbon, so therefore it is called as ethane nitrile. So in this ethane nitrile, this nitrogen atom is a bit more polar, and this pi bond will be shifting towards the nitrogen, and therefore it will be carrying what? Negative charge. Meanwhile this carbon bears what? Positive charge. And we know that Grignard reagents are acting as a nucleophiles, because these metals are electropositive. RMgX, magnesium will be what? Carrying a partial positive charge, and this R group of Grignard reagent will be carrying partial negative charge, and it will be acting as a nucleophile. So this nucleophile will be attacking this electrophilic carbon, and it will be giving the intermediate product, which is written in square bracket, which is nothing but called as adduct. Now you can see that here the nitrogen, which is having negative charge, it will be attracted toward water, the positive charge of magnesium. So therefore here we have written here NMg, then followed by Cl. Is it clear, students? And at the meantime we can see that the triple bonded is converted into double bond here, right? So this addition product, when subjected to hydrolysis with the 2 molecules of water, this bond will be ruptured here. One of the oxygen is added here, and the hydrogens are added here. Is it clear, students? So therefore here we are getting a carbonyl group which is flanked by alkyl group on both the ends. So therefore this compound is nothing but ketone called as acetone, and the side products are nothing but ammonia and magnesium hydroxychloride. So this completes the methods of preparation of ketones, students, and we will be continuing in the next class with chemical properties. And if you like the video, kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.